Imagine being warm all winter without turning on your furnace, using gas, or plugging in an electric heater. It sounds too wonderful to be true, right? Believe it or not, the Amish have been practicing this for years, and it works. In fact, they've figured out some smart ways to stay warm during the harshest months while using no energy or gas and avoiding exorbitant heating expenses. In today's video, I'll show you 25 Amish winter tricks to keep your home warm and your wallet happy. Let's plunge in. 1. Okay, let's start with a classic, layering your clothes. It's one of the oldest tricks in the book, yet it still works. You may quickly set up your own customized heating system without touching the thermostat. Begin with thermal undergarments as your base layer. These retain heat near to your skin, making a significant difference. Next, put on a heavy wool vest. They are no longer just for grandpa. They are making a comeback in winter fashion. Add a comfortable flannel shirt to complete the layered look. What makes layering so appealing? If you become too hot, simply take off a layer. Unlike cranking up the heat, which leaves you feeling like you're in a sauna, this method allows you complete control. The Amish have been dressing like this for decades, and they know how to stay warm even without modern heating. 2. Another game changer, long underwear. It's like wearing a warm, cozy blanket right on your skin. Long underwear, whether wool or cotton, is quite effective at trapping heat and blocking out the cold. The Amish wear it all winter, and believe me, it makes a world of difference. You won't notice it under your ordinary clothes, but you'll certainly feel warmer. And the best part? Unlike cranking up your heater, this small hack will not cost you anything extra after your first purchase. Simply slip it on and let the comfortable warmth wrap around you. 3. Wool socks are something your feet will thank you for. There's an old saying, cold feet, cold body. And it's true, the feet function as temperature controllers for the entire body. When they're cold, everything seems cold. That's why the Amish rely on wool socks to keep their toes warm all winter. These aren't your average socks. They're nature's foot warmers, intended to trap heat and keep the cold at bay. Wool socks also last forever, so you won't need to replace them every few months. Plus, wool keeps your feet fresh and odor-free. So if you don't already own a pair, it's time to upgrade. If you're feeling chilly and don't want to turn on the heater, try heating pads or warm stones, which have been used to keep people warm since before electricity existed. Consider having a personal sunshine that warms you just where you need it. The Amish utilize stones heated on their wood stoves or in ovens and wrapped in thick fabric to warm their beds or seating areas. These stones steadily emit heat over time, providing a comfortable natural warmth. If you aren't dealing with wood stoves, you can still utilize standard heating pads. Place one under your feet, behind your back, or even in your bed before bedtime. They warm you up quickly and use significantly less electricity than turning on the entire furnace. 5. Blankets are the ultimate winter shield. When it comes to staying warm, sometimes the simplest measures work best. Enter blankets, not just any blankets, but the correct ones. The Amish understand this all too well. Wool blankets and thick quilts are their go-tos for comfortable warmth. These materials trap heat more effectively than most others, making them ideal winter companions. So instead of turning up the heat, try enveloping yourself in a lovely wool or quilted blanket. Believe me, you'll notice the difference. And as a bonus, these blankets can last for years. Blankets will bring warmth to your home and heart, but not just any blankets. Think of them as family heirlooms passed down through generations. Each one tells a narrative with its stitching and designs, painstakingly created to provide warmth on the coldest evenings. You don't have to be a master quilter to enjoy the benefits of a decent blanket. Keep a couple great thick ones in the living room for reading, watching TV, or simply resting. Layer them on your bed at night, beginning with the heaviest one at the bottom and progressing to lighter ones on top. This creates air pockets that trap heat, similar to how birds fluff their feathers to keep warm. Wrapping yourself in a nice blanket is one of the most easy and efficient ways to stay warm. And the best part? These blankets don't just keep you warm, they also become heirlooms. If you take good care of them, they will last for generations and provide warmth to your family for years to come. 7. Did you aware that your windows could be allowing all of that valuable heat to escape from your home? Yes, it is true. Consider your curtains to be a winter coat for your windows. Without them, cold air just slips through the window, increasing your heating expense dramatically. The Amish have completely perfected this by utilizing thick wool curtains or heavy fabric drapes to block off cold drafts. But here's the true secret. Time is everything. During the day, they open their curtains wide to let the beautiful natural sunlight warm their homes. It's like getting free heating directly from the sky. However, as soon as the sun sets, they close the curtains tightly to keep the warmth inside. This method is super easy but quite successful, and it won't cost you anything. When you're near a window on a frigid day, simply touch it. Feel how cold it is? If you do not protect your home with proper curtains, it will feel like this. The greatest curtains serve as a barrier between the cold outside and the warmth within, and they also make your space appear a lot better. Double victory! Just make sure your curtains hit the floor to prevent drafts from entering. 8. Cold air is sly. It may discover even the smallest crack around your windows and doors to enter your home. It's like wearing a jacket with tiny holes. Cold air seeps in, and before you know it, your entire house is frigid. Don't worry, you won't need complicated tools or expensive materials to fix this. For decades, the Amish have sealed drafts using minimal materials, and you can now do the same. Waiting for a windy day can help you figure out where your drafts are coming from. Hold a tiny piece of cloth near your windows and doors. If it moves, you've discovered a draft. Once you've identified these problem locations, patch them up with whatever you have on hand. Old towels work well under doors, and cloth strips or even wool can be used to stuff larger holes around windows. It is all about being thorough. Every draft you block keeps more warmth inside your home. The Amish even manufacture draft stoppers out of fabric remnants, wool, and even hay. So grab whatever you have in the house and get started. Let's talk about draft dodgers, which are long, slender pillows that sit at the bottom of doors and windows to keep chilly air out. They're very simple to produce and cost almost nothing. You only need some old socks, the longer the better, or any fabric you have sitting around. Fill them with uncooked rice, dry beans, or sand, anything heavy enough to remain put. These little fellows are ideal for trapping cold air beneath doors, along windowsills, and even on drafty old cellar doors. The Amish commonly use straw or wool for stuffing, but get creative with what you have. Some individuals make theirs even cuter by adding colored fabric or stitching on little button eyes, transforming a functional object into a delightful adornment. What is the best part? These draft dodgers require little upkeep. Simply position them where cold air seeps in and keep them there till spring. When summer arrives, store them in a dry spot so they can work their magic the following winter. 10. Have you ever noticed how comfortable your kitchen seems when you are cooking? Cooking not only fills your appetite, but also warms your home. The Amish take advantage of this by linking their kitchen to their living areas, understanding that excellent cooking equals good heating. They utilize a wood burner to heat the entire space as well as cook. When they make bread, stew, or roast vegetables, the heat from the stove automatically radiates around the room. And the best part? When the cooking is finished, they leave the oven door open to allow the residual heat warm up the room. It's like having a small warmer that also serves as a cooking appliance. The wood stove is the heart of Amish households, and meals are planned to maximize the heat. Baking in the morning helps to warm the house for the day, while preparing dinner at night makes things comfortable as the temperature outside lowers. So why not use your stove to heat up more than just your food? 11. Have you ever felt like the air in your home is too dry during the winter? The Amish have a fantastic solution for that. They usually keep a pot of water on the rear of their stove. Why? It's a simple approach to increase humidity in the air, which makes the room feel warmer. You've probably observed that dry air makes you feel cooler. Adding moisture to the air helps it retain heat better. So you're not only cooking or heating water for tea, but you're also enhancing the ambiance in your home. It's an excellent illustration of how multitasking can make your home feel cozier and more comfortable. 12. Exercise is a fun and free method to stay warm during the winter. Moving your body is one of the most effective methods to naturally warm up, and the Amish understand this well. They stay active all day, whether doing farm chores, making things, or even playing classic volleyball games. It's fantastic since kids can stay warm while also completing their chores. You don't need to run a marathon or go to the gym to feel warm. Try going up and down the stairs, stretching, or even dancing while cleaning. Even 5 minutes of activity can make a significant difference in how warm you feel. What is the best part? Staying active not only warms you up in the moment, but also boosts your metabolism, allowing you to stay warm long after you sit down. Bonus: regular activity is an excellent method to stay healthy during the cold months. The Amish don't require sophisticated equipment. They simply keep busy with their daily tasks, and it works wonders for them. 13. Here's a simple and practical method for saving a lot of heat. Block off rooms you don't use. Consider this. Why heat rooms that are empty? The Amish have done this for generations. They focus on keeping the main living areas warm while keeping the underused rooms chilly. You can begin by closing the doors to spare bedrooms, the formal dining room if you're not eating there, or even guest rooms that are only used by visitors. This manner, all of your heat is concentrated in the places where it is most needed. It's like wearing a coat with a broken zipper. If you don't zip it up, all of the heat flees. What's the trick? Be strategic. During the day, keep the rooms you use the most warm, e.g. the kitchen or living room. Then, an hour before bedtime, open the bedroom doors to allow warm air to enter. It's an easy way to stay warm without wasting electricity, and you won't be freezing when it's time to go to bed. Some people even roll up towels and position them at the bottom of doors to provide even more draft protection. 14. When it comes to house heating, nothing beats a traditional wood-burning stove. These are more than simply attractive, rustic items. They are also strong heating machines. A single wood burner can warm up a remarkable amount of space, and the warmth it emits feels much more inviting than forced air. That bright, crackling heat has a strangely soothing effect. The Amish have used wood stoves for generations and are specialists at maximizing their efficiency. If you have access to firewood, utilizing a wood stove can be far less expensive than using electric or gas heating. Even if you need to purchase firewood, it is usually less expensive than paying your energy bill. However, there is a technique to operating a wood stove efficiently: location. Amish families frequently place their stoves in central locations so that the heat can be distributed evenly throughout the house. They also understand that different types of wood burn in distinct ways. Hardwoods like oak and maple burn longer and hotter than softer woods like pine, so they make the most of their fire. Bonus: you can use the top of the stove to keep your tea warm or to cook food during power outages. Let me know in the comments whether you can still use a wood stove where you live. I've recently heard that some localities are prohibiting them. Such a shame. Here's a simple tip that will help you save money on heating. Wear a sweater or jacket indoors before turning on the heat. The Amish have been doing this for a long time, and it's a simple way to stay warm while conserving electricity. Instead of heating your entire house to summer temperatures, simply wear warm clothing. Natural fibers such as wool are particularly effective in trapping heat close to your body. Before you reach for the thermostat, grab that comfortable sweater in your wardrobe. It will keep you toasty while keeping your energy bills down. Plus, you'll feel more at ease in your own skin. There's nothing better than slipping into a cozy sweater after a long day. 16. Now let us discuss something that feels like a hug: wool sweaters. Imagine wearing a warm, portable heater that follows you from room to room. That's how a good wool sweater feels. These babies keep you toasty even when they become wet from daily activities, and they're really adaptable. You may wear them indoors without spending a fortune on electricity expenses. A wool sweater doesn't just trap heat, it moves with you, keeping you toasty wherever you go. What if you get a little too toasty? Not a problem. It's much easier to take it off than to cool off an entire room. What is the best part? You can layer your clothing based on how you feel. Begin with a lighter sweater, and if you're still cold, layer a vest or jacket on top. Some people even have a special house sweater, a comfortable favorite garment that's ideal for sitting around. It's like having a warm, dependable buddy by your side during the cold months, ready to provide comfort. 17. One of the most ingenious ways to remain warm without turning up the heat is to use rice heating packs. These may appear simple, yet they are quite effective. The Amish prepare these by filling cloth pouches with plain rice and heating them on their wood stoves. But don't worry if you don't have a wood burner. A fast trip to the microwave will suffice. Rice heating packs are like portable personal heaters. Want to warm up your bed before sleeping? Place one beneath the blankets. Feeling cold when reading or watching television? Place one behind your back or on your shoulders. The rice retains heat remarkably well and gently releases it, providing consistent warmth for up to an hour. Furthermore, they are soothing to use on tired muscles, providing a pleasant weight and gentle heat. Making your own rice pack is simple. Just fill a clean sock or fabric pouch with uncooked rice, sew it close, and you're ready to go. Do you want to add a little additional luxury? When heated, add dried lavender or herbs to create a calming smell. You may make different sizes for different areas. Small ones for your pockets, longer ones for your neck, and larger ones to warm your feet. Just remember not to use wet rice or you'll end up with a completely other rice dish. 18. If you like traditional remedies, hot water bottles are an incredible gem. They've been keeping people warm for decades and are still effective now. These simple rubber bottles filled with hot water function as a little portable radiator. The Amish heat their water on wood stoves, but your kitchen tap will work just as well. Just make sure it's hot but not boiling. Hot water bottles are particularly useful at bedtime. Simply lay one at the foot of your bed approximately 15 minutes before bedtime, and you'll be slipping into warm sheets rather than freezing under icy blankets. They can also be used behind your back when reading or on your lap while watching TV. Anywhere you feel cold, actually. What is the best thing? They are inexpensive, reusable, and unlike electric heating pads, do not require any power. Furthermore, they will not overheat or short out. Simply check for leaks before use and avoid boiling water. When the water has cooled down, dump it and replace as needed. It's a basic, dependable solution that still works as well now as it did 100 years ago. 19. What could be more comfortable than holding a steaming cup of your favorite beverage on a cold day? Warm beverages not only warm your hands, but also warm your body from within. The Amish frequently gather around hot drinks in the evenings, creating a comforting family ritual while keeping warm. There are numerous possibilities for hot beverages. Hot tea is a classic, with so many varieties to choose from, including calming herbal mixes and energetic black tea. Hot cider is another Amish favorite, especially when mixed with cinnamon sticks. Even something as simple as hot water and a piece of lemon can be effective. And of course, coffee enthusiasts should avoid drinking it too close to bedtime unless they want to spend the night counting sheep. The charm of hot drinks is that they do double duty. They warm your hands while you hold the cup and warm you from within when you drink it. Plus, sipping a hot drink forces you to slow down and relax. Try keeping a thermos of hot tea or coffee nearby while you work, or make it a practice to drink something warm before venturing out into the cold. Just remember to let it cool a little. No one wants a burned tongue. 20. We've all experienced walking on a frigid floor first thing in the morning, which feels like stepping on ice cubes. This is where area rugs come in. They act as small islands of warmth for your feet, while also helping to insulate your home. The Amish frequently weave their own carpets, but even if you are not a weaver, you can still profit from them. Good area rugs do more than simply make your flooring feel nice. They also insulate your home. They trap heat in the places where you move the most, such as the kitchen or living room, which helps to keep them warm. Even if you don't have homemade Amish rugs, a good rug from the store or even a thrift shop will do the trick. They also give a little of flair to your environment. Imagine stepping onto a soft, warm rug after a long day outside. Complete comfort. 21. Consider your wood or stone floors to be foot blankets. These hard surfaces can grow chilly, but rugs provide a barrier between your feet and the cold floor below. The thicker the rug, the better it retains warmth and keeps cold out. Rugs are most suited for areas where you spend a lot of time standing or walking, such as next to your bed, in front of the kitchen sink, or in your living room. Wool rugs are particularly effective in insulation, but any thick rug will suffice. Here's a money-saving tip. Look for high-quality carpets from thrift stores or yard sales for a fraction of the cost. A little cleaning can restore their appearance to like-new condition. Just be sure to use a non-slip cushion underneath to keep them in place. You'll be walking in warmth without breaking the bank. 22. Are you ready for the cheapest heating hack of all time? The sun provides free heat. This easy solution has kept the Amish warm for decades and will not cost you a penny. The key is timing and coordinating with the sun's natural rhythm to heat your home like a greenhouse. Here's how it works. As soon as the sun comes up, open all of your curtains and blinds, particularly on east and south-facing windows. These windows let in the early sun, bringing a beautiful warmth into your spaces. As the sun moves across the sky, it naturally heats your room, much like a massive solar panel. But here's the most important part. As the sun goes down, immediately close those curtains. This maintains the free warmth inside rather than allowing it to leave through frigid windows. It's like placing a lid on a pot of soup to preserve the heat within. It's simple but efficient. And the greatest part is that the sun will not bill you. 23. Staying warm is much simpler when you're not alone. And the Amish have recognized this for generations. While we don't recommend packing the entire family into one room, sharing body heat remains one of the most effective methods to stay warm. Consider this. Humans are like small walking heaters, emitting warmth comparable to a 100-watt light bulb. When family members get together in the same room, they benefit from each other's natural body heat. The Amish frequently arrange their furniture to facilitate this, creating nice nooks where they can all sit close together while reading, sewing, or simply chatting. Even sleeping arrangements can be family affairs. Kids can have sleepovers in the same room, which is both entertaining and convenient. And don't forget about your pets. Dogs and cats are great providers of warmth. Having your pet curl up at the foot of your bed provides some extra warmth and a lot of affection. It is not simply about being warm. Spending time together as a family produces the rare moments that make winter unforgettable. It's similar to penguins huddling together in the Antarctic. There's something natural about getting near when it's freezing outdoors. 24. Your mother was not kidding when she instructed you to wear a hat. The Amish are fully aware of how much heat is lost through the head and neck. That is why you will frequently see people sporting thick hats and scarves indoors. It may appear unusual, but it makes complete sense when you think about it. Wool is a natural insulating system. A decent wool hat keeps warm air from escaping via your head, which is especially significant because the majority of your body heat tends to escape from there. Wrapping a scarf around your neck is similar to wrapping weather stripping around a door. It keeps warm air just where it belongs. Many Amish women knit their own hats and scarves, but you don't need to be talented to take advantage of this tip. Any warm hat will suffice, but wool is the ideal because it keeps you warm even when it becomes wet from snow or rain. Keep a couple warm hats and scarves around your favorite sitting areas so you can easily wrap up when you sense a cold. It's a simple, effective technique to remain warm without using the thermostat. 25. The final step to staying warm this winter? Layering up. It's one of the oldest techniques in the book, yet it still works like a charm. Layering clothes traps heat close to the body, forming a personal insulation system. Begin with a layer of thermal undergarments or long underwear, followed by a thick woolen vest or flannel shirt, and finally a warm sweater or jacket. You can always peel off a layer if you get too warm, which is far preferable to turning up the heat and feeling like you're in a sauna. The Amish have been layering for decades, and they are adept at using natural textiles such as wool and cotton to effectively trap heat. You can layer up with what you already have. There's no need to acquire expensive high-tech gear. What is the best part? Once you have the appropriate clothing, it is entirely free. 26. While you may not see the Amish wearing turtlenecks frequently, this advice is too excellent to pass up. A turtleneck shirt acts as a built-in scarf, keeping your neck warm and preventing heat from escaping through one of your body's largest heat loss areas. Plus, it fits comfortably beneath other clothes, so you don't have to worry about appearing like you're getting ready for an Arctic trip. Turtlenecks are fantastic because they protect your neck while not getting in the way. Unlike scarves, which can become loose or knotted, a turtleneck stays put all day, providing warmth without trouble. They're also ideal for layering. Wear one under a blouse or sweater for extra warmth without adding weight. Some people even wear them under their work clothing to keep warm in the office. Turtlenecks made of soft, natural materials such as cotton or a cotton wool combination are the most comfortable. These feel amazing against your skin and are non-irritating. Keep a handful in different colors in your closet so you always have a warm base layer on hand when the weather turns cold. They are an excellent choice for looking put together while remaining warm. 27. Rather than attempting to heat your entire home, why not concentrate on warming the rooms you actually use? The Amish are experts at this. They create nice, warm zones in the areas where the family spends the majority of their time. Whether it's around the wood stove or a kerosene heater, these zones serve as small warm islands in the middle of the home that you can sail to whenever you need to warm up. It's pointless to heat rooms that are mostly unoccupied during the day. Does your guest bathroom really need to be toasty warm 24/7? Instead, concentrate on heating the areas where people congregate most frequently, such as the living room or kitchen. To keep the heat in, utilize a space heater or wood fire in these primary spaces and lock off any unneeded rooms. Furniture arrangement is important. Arrange your chairs to take advantage of the warmth. Set up comfortable areas for reading, watching TV, or doing homework near the heat source. Not only will you keep warmer, but you may also notice that designated warm rooms bring your family together more frequently. Everyone naturally gravitates toward the warmest part of the house. 28. You've undoubtedly heard this a lot growing up. Shut the door. You're letting all the heat out. Well, your parents were onto something. Keeping doors closed is one of the simplest and most effective methods to stay warm. Every time a door is left open, warm air escapes and cold air enters. It's similar to leaving the refrigerator door open, except your entire house is suddenly cooler rather than just the kitchen. The Amish are cautious about this because they understand that open doors are like throwing money out the window in the form of wasted heat. To make doors even more efficient, some Amish families cover their door frames with wool strips or fabric to seal any tiny holes where drafts may enter. Consider it like giving your door a winter coat. Some families even hang heavy curtains over their doorways to provide extra insulation against the cold. The idea is to make it a habit. Automatically close doors behind you, just as you would turn out the lights when leaving a room. This little activity can make a significant impact in keeping your home warm. 29. Here's a great heating method that seems almost magical. Construct a basic candle warmer with candles and a flower pot. For years, the Amish have used candles to provide light and heat, and they've worked out how to make the most of them. This method effectively makes a miniature fireplace that can warm up a small space. The setup is simple. Arrange numerous candles in a metal container and cover with a terracotta pot. The pot takes heat from the candles and spreads it throughout the room, similar to a little space heater. It's quite effective for such a simple system, and the best part is that it's extremely inexpensive to operate. The Amish frequently produce their own candles, making this process even more cost-effective. Just remember to use caution when using any open flames. Always position your candle heater on a firm, fireproof surface and keep the candles away from combustible things. With caution, you'll have a cheap way to warm your home.